pointed spoon can catch the potato.
At the beginning of this song, most of the side characters come back and list some piece of advice, like they did back in the middle of Act 1. I won't go through all of them now, because that would take a while, but each piece of advice is a reflection on the character. It shows how much these characters have learned, or in the case of the princes, how much they refuse to learn.
The harder to wait, the better to have.
The next part of the song has the baker's wife coming back as a spirit, as the baker is having doubts about being a father without her. The baker's wife echoes lines from the previous song, No One Is Alone, making them a little more hopeful. No one truly leaves, and that includes the baker's wife, because her memory will always be with the baker. The baker then tells his son the story that we just saw as the witch comes on and sings. The witch's portion of the song is the end of the trifecta of how the witch views children. In Stay With Me, she says that children must listen. In Lament, she declares that children don't listen. In this last song, she says that children do listen, which shows that she has learned throughout the course of this show. She has learned that even though children may not always do what you tell them to do, they are listening. They will learn from what you do. The company then uses this idea and compares it to wishes. Like with raising children, you need to be careful with wishes. In both cases, you need to be careful what you say and do, because your actions will have consequences if you're not. After that section, we go into a reprise of the beginning of Act 1, and also kind of the end of Act 1, because the end of Act 1 was also kind of a reprise of the beginning of Act 1. It's complicated. While it is a little hard to hear because everyone is singing different words at once, there is a very major difference in the words here than there were in the words at the end of Act 1. Specifically, they're saying that you can't just act, you need to listen and think. This shows that most of them have learned this through their trial in the woods, because at the end of Act 1, everyone was saying that you just need to go without thinking, which is what led to a lot of the problems during the entirety of Act 2. There's also a nice moment near the end where they echo something said at the beginning of Act 1, but put a more hopeful spin on it. In the end, most of the characters, and certainly the main protagonists, have learned that life is complicated, and as long as you're careful and think, everything should be okay. Also, in the end, we can't help but wish. So that's it for this song. That's it for this musical, actually. I will hopefully be posting a video sometime once VEDS is done to give my general opinion of Into the Woods, but until then, I will see all of you tomorrow.